present and result in a lot of success for this team.
It was their main tool of comeback, the Natan in the hands of Skyler. That was how they were able to come back from that, gold margin or lead margin that they were faced against Aura Esports. That is where Skyler was able to power charge and lead the team to move forward. And there it is, the Natan pick for Skyler. But they respond with a quick Roger-Angela combo.
They must have seen the scenario where the Natan was going to be first picked, and of course they already have a game plan already established in their hands. They picked it very, very quickly. Angela, Roger, is this worth it though?
I think for now, it does look like it's worth it, especially if RRQ do not go for a Barat's pick or even a Valentina pick. They go for the chip instead here with the Baksha. Baksha being one of the signatures for Irad. But does this mean we might see an Angeling combination up against that Baksha? Different from the Barats. The Ling will not be picked. They go for the Barats, a safer option instead.
Battle of the utility junglers in that jungler area. Of course, Baksha Barats, a site that we have been acquainted with the first few weeks of MPL ID Season 13. But a comment from Key, our target for the season is high, so we're ready to face anyone. We want to go abroad, and that was always kind of like the slump for Bigatron, is that they weren't really able to push to the boundaries of going abroad. They want to play in M Series. They want to be able to reach MSC consistently, like Onyx, like RRQ used to do in their glory days.
Most definitely. And now with the Valentina pick, what it does is actually forces RRQ to somehow ban the Faramis out, right? If you don't ban the Faramis out, I feel like Bigatron can definitely take that Faramis away with that Nether Realm. No Valentina in play, and that's already a dub in the team fights.
Yeah, but Bigatron might have just, baited out a good ban for nothing. Because this Angela, we've seen this flex so many times. We've actually seen teams opt to go for the Angela as a mid laner more than the roam. So with the Faramis banned out, yes, it does take away another tool that Bigatron Alpha can use with this flex Angela. But now the X-Work comes through, another choice that is really, really good up against this tanky composition for the Roger and the Barats. That can still be flexed, by the way. And RRQ. Now, what do they want to ban away from Bigatron Alpha? The roam, a possible jungle, or an XP. So much flex in the 3 picks of Bigatron Alpha. Meanwhile, for RRQ, 3 picks that you know exactly where it's going. The Baksha to the jungle, Chip in the roam, and then the Natan in the gold lane. It'll present RRQ with some big questions that they must answer now. With this composition, with a chip, usually teams have been able to utilize side lane pressure, with Paquito especially, with Sorizo having that in his arsenal, that in his comfort.
I will choose my own.
But the Arlets will be banned away. Another flex potential, technically, from Bigatron Alpha that has been utilized by both Sorizo and Key.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of flexibility today, at least. But it will be the Lolita picked up. This will most probably go roam, so
this will go roam.
We can speculate that this Angela will go mid, and that will present Moreno with a much more utility approach to his gameplay. A shift in how he would usually carry and pressure other lanes.
We've seen it once from Drian, and now we are seeing it from Key. But this is a great pick here up against RRQ, up against the Natan. We want to go for the front to back composition, but with the Lolita, once he pops in the Guardian Bulwark, it's going to be tough for you. There's going to be a specific time window in which you can deal damage, when you can utilize the entropy. You misplay once, you hit the Guardian Bulwark, and your front line might be the ones getting demolished. Anana to PL and the Paquito and the XP. Protecting Mr. President. Maybe still the key to victory here for RRQ.
After a hiatus of the Nana, we finally see it again picked up by RRQ.
I like the Lolita. Okay. Okay, I was about to say, I like the Lolita, but why is it 4th pick? And this is the answer why.
Yeah.
Alice.
They want Alice last pick.
Oh man, I didn't expect the Alice. I was actually expecting a Ling or a Fanny.
Yeah.
Something like that. Yeah, if you want to dive, if you already have a tanky lineup in the Barats, in the Roger as well, the Alice, so much sustain. As long as you are able to pick up the purple buffs, it's going to be really good to enhance the dive potential that you already have. And again, that sustain is going to be really, really good. the fact that Natan will try to get rid of this Alice, when you put the Guardian's Bulwark, it's going to be tough. But also, if we take a look at the lineup index and the counter index, it does look like RRQ are favored here in this matchup. If Natan scales, Alice does the same. If you cannot invade the Alice, we're going to see a 50-50 in late game.
Will the Royal Army of the Kingdom be able to defend the Red Raiders, or will the robots take charge? It is game number 1 of RRQ host J against Bigatron Alpha.
Hand of Dawn, here we go for the first game, ladies and gentlemen. Who will strike first in the best of 3? And oh my lord, already aggressive Numens in that mid. Let's see here if spells baited out early. But yeah, I was about to say here, I want to see Key's build, right? We saw it first from Drion. He built the Flask of the Oasis. Will he do the same? Will Key do the same?
Yeah, we did ask Drion why he built that photo, and it was he told us that, you know, it gives the extra shielding as well, amplified by the photo, so that could be an option of build for Key with this Lolita.
Yeah, Skylar as well, by the way, with the Weakness Finder, not the Quantum Charge that we are used to seeing for Skylar. Eman with the QC, that's a normal one, the normal build to go for. Oh,
Flash Horse finds it smart. Eman here a little bit in trouble now. Has to use the flicker, never mind. Brusco actually finds and claims the first blood.
Wow, overzealousness there from Eman, thinking that he might have extra damage with Key, just shadowing him, covering him from behind, but it was the crash course, turning everything around Moreno, forced to flicker.
A good flicker burnt out, and let's take a look again at the emblems by GamesMax here. Eman opted to go for the Master Assassin, so the fact that the chip is already in the bottom lane, helping Skylar will nullify that impact. And for Skylar, the tenacity, not the bargain hunter that we saw earlier from the matches today. And Irad even on this Baksha chose to be a bit more defensive. Didn't go for the thrill, instead goes for the firmness.
2 early spells already baited out here, right? From the side of Bigatron, which actually might be advantageous in the turtle fight early. And let's see here, Brusco already opening things up here, trying to find a providing vision, also poke damage onto Superkin, but it's all good. Baksha though, already on the turtle.
This turtle will be up for the taking, and RRQ will flawlessly take it. A simple retreat to secure that first neutral objective in the hands of RRQ. And Brusco with this chip will most probably and is going to play a pivotal role into RRQ's game plan.
You can expect this gameplay from the Alice pretty similar to the Assassins who need the purple buff. It's going to be pretty good for him to sacrifice the turtle as long as he's able to farm up, scale up into that mid game. It's going to be great. But talent prediction here, presented by Samsung Galaxy S24 series. We got 2 people for Bigatron? 3?
Wawa and Papulung for RRQ.
For RRQ. RRQ
So
believers
for V2.
still there. I mean, yeah, coming off on paper, I mean, Bigatron is indeed kind of somewhat favored because of them just, you know, already clenching that playoff spot. But RRQ jumping in with a run.
Community very aggressive here by RRQ. It seems like they learned from leg 1. It was actually Bigatron's side that were the aggressors. This time they were trying to be more proactive in the early.
This jungle roam duo is just so aggressive. I mean, Irada and Brusco is constantly looking for engages and proactivity, just trying to pressure Iman down in the bottom lane. This gives kind of like a leeway for Skylar to even farm and get online even quicker.
This is where it gets dangerous though, where they have so much trio mid potential, so much trio mid prio, that the purple buff might be at risk of getting taken away, and Irad is already pushing the pace. Brusco has a shortcut too.
So Rizzo, Baby Dino. This is still in the fight now. Daytona's welcome, connecting onto his Brusco. Oh! Take a look at the Numenon Blast with the flicker. Will lock Brusco down.
And
now Iman joining the fight as well. Clay Rad running for the hills as Superkin will go and in. And that is the invasion actually countered by the red robots.
Abort mission. The invasion did not work. The invaders got invaded, but they're able to hold on with the good blast from Key. And again, back to 1-1, both kills from both teams.
A very risky play earlier from RRQ that did not pay off for them. Feather of Heaven already built up by Skylar. Irad going in again. But it's tough to look for a skirmish, to look for a pickoff up against a tank and a support in the mid lane. So much sustain when we get to a 4th minute of the game. And Irad, you need to get the game going. You kind of dictate the pace of the game with the Baxia. But with Superken having a level lead now, just as the second turtle spawns in, Irad needs to go for a fight.
Uh-oh, stunned up. Oh, take a look at Superken. He jumps in. Clay now will be a juicy target passive triggered, and Clay will not be able to escape as Superken will lock him down. Now Brusco can be the next on the chopping block. Oh, take a look at Dawn. He is not done yet. The pull! The passive, but Superken is there as well as Moreno. He claims a double. Irad, no mana, and he will back off.
Beautiful counter initiation from Bigatron. It was Irad on the trigger. Skylar might look for more with Entropy.
Oh my god, Bigatron now moving again. Oh! Irad will be deleted in the map. Now Bigatron needs to be careful as the turtle though will be taken by Bigatron here, no problem.
Well played. Just the layering of not only the skills, obviously, the fact that they took that 3v4 and won it with the sustain that Superken has in his kit, on top of the hard guard as well, even with the Baxia passive that has anti-regen, it was not enough to nullify the healing, the sustain, because they don't have enough burst damage to deal with it, to burst Superken down. And then the timing. We get to the timing where Bigatron Alpha utilized the timing perfectly. They went for the fight right as the turtle was already there, right as Aman has cleared out his wave so that he could actually participate, and now they're going in for more.
Superken with the off angle, Num Blast with the flicker, finding one. Rad now soaking all the damage, Rusco as well. Superken jumps towards the backside, Clay no passive. He gets taken out first. Skylar now will be out and down. Take a look at Bigatron out there clumping with 5. Rad in the under the turret, 1 HP practically. So Rizzo is there to secure the kill, and now he finds Dawn. Dawn trying to escape with his resources, but not able to get him down just yet. That's 4 members of RRQ taken out.
That was almost a 6-minute wipeout for Bigatron. The way they play these fights are so clean. This is just going to enable them to snowball even more. And mind you, that the only one dealing massive damage in this composition is Iman. They're backing on Iman to be protected and then engaging in dealing the damage.
Wow.
Amazing.
The Executor in Iman, even earlier, I expected Iman to just go on a rampage under that turret, but it wasn't even necessary. Superken just wiped house clean. The audience prediction for this match, presented by Samsung Galaxy S24 Series, 84 to 16%. But in this game, Bigatron are scaling, and they have taken that mid-game away from RRQ, the mid-game that you would expect from a Baxia, from a Chip as well. It seems like they've nullified both these picks with their composition.
Oh, man, I got flashbacks of Superken last season. He was just on fire with this Alice pick as well.
Back to the nature of how Bigatron Alpha have been able to utilize this lead, have been able to utilize the skirmishing prowess. The chaos in their composition is always balanced by the discipline objective takes. When Superken dives in, gets 2, and the rest of the team continues the chase, Superken maneuvers back to mid lane, gets a turret, gets some farm. When you have members around looking for space, the space isn't just thrown out, the space isn't just ignored, it's utilized by the rest of the Bigatron members so well, and they get a free lord off of this massive gold lead that they've created for themselves.
This is going to just hurt even more for RRQ. I mean, Bigatron layering these fights so beautifully, and man, getting jumped on, and they're collapsing on Brusco.
He will be the recipient of that Daytona as well. Take a look at him on here. Now Shield Unity on towards him, but take a look at Nana. Clay needs to get out with the flicker. He does so, but Iman actually gets solo killed by Rod. No cover whatsoever. And Rod finally finds a play.
Bigatron got distracted there. They left Iman in the back, not without appeal. I mean, they were chasing down Brusco, but Iman was the victim to fall.
That's a trade that RRQ have gotten. Now Iman actually, whoa, early great Dragon Spear. Another possible fight key putting that Guardian's Bulwark down. It's actually third item Great Dragon Spear for Eman. So it's a Wind Talker to the Endless, and now Key getting chunked just a bit. Yeah, a bit of a disconnect there from Bigatron Alpha. They wanted to go for a fight, but they completely forgot that Eman was all alone, very low as well. Seems that Bigatron Alpha will still be able to utilize these waves though, despite that little hiccup.
Oh, jumps in with the new neon blast now onto it still. Clay falls. Iran now soaking, taking some heat, but he still stands. And Bigatron with that kill on towards Clay, they will shift their focus on towards the structures.
The flexibility of the hard guard. I mean, you have the Alice jump in. You also have that Lycan Pounce to facilitate, you know, just like amping up the damage. And they're already knocking onto the turret of RRQ. This could be troublesome for them.
Good pull. Amazing coordination there. Amazing tag team by Bigatron.
And right now, who's really able to melt Super Ken down? Even without the hard guard, he's already a complete menace. Skylar has a Divine Glaive, but it's the 10th minute of the game, and usually you would expect the Holy Crystal at this point. Bigatron Alpha are so tanky. Super Ken already has the Oracle, already building towards more magical defense. But even then, it's all just to delay that continuous burst damage that Anatan can provide towards Bigatron Alpha. As long as Super Ken has the hard guard on him, that dive is going to be free all day long. It doesn't matter how many Dominance Ices are built, how many NODs. RRQ, their only way to winning this game is Skylar gets to full items quick. Doesn't look like Bigatron want to give them that way though. Because while Skylar has his third item, Eman's building already to almost completing his fourth.
But how quick is quick, right? Because we've seen multiple cases where the Natan is online, but the whole team of Bigatron is just fully stacked on magic defense. So this is going to be very hard for Skylar to approach the fights, but and engaging upon towards Sorito.
Super Ken is there to cover Sorizo. Now Rad pops the Sans early, gets stunned with the blood. Oh, now King finds, locks him down. Don will be down and out, and Brusco will not be able to cover for his teammates. Two members taken out. Amon. Holy moly, Bigatron. They might get greedy here, but they will get an extra base turret top lane.
They're dancing on RRQ's backyard in their own base. They even skipped the tier 2 turret before taking it down. And Bigatron, what a dominating performance. 11.1k gold up against RRQ.
They don't even care about the Lord. It looks like, okay, now Super Ken solos it.
Wow. A Lord take by Super Ken, in which his teammates will be corralled upon. Now RRQ, I don't know what they're banking on. I don't know the win conditions, if it will be met. Again, Skylar, the main hope. But how do you shred through the members of Bigatron when they're this tanky, when they have so much magic defense? It is a tough task for the Natan to cut through.
The thing is, even if he gets enough items, there's still a bulwark. There's still risk that you will hurt your own team with your own damage. The brilliance of this composition, masterfully done by Keskute and Raiseboy. We got a game fact by GoPay.
Of course, this marks Alice's debut in MPL ID Season 13 after last being used by Super Ken in MPL ID Season 12. And here they go to the crystal.
Rad, very low. Amon wants to stretch him down. Don, though, will be out first, and the main base will be taken out. 13 minutes.